We're here at the intersection of Park and Holly. And recently we've been talking to you about relationships. That's how we get things done. There are public-private relationships happening right here, and the results are beautiful. With me today is Dave Reagan of the Hot Springs Community Garden Network, and specifically we're here at the Park Haven Garden. Dave, good morning. How are you today?
Wonderful. Thanks for coming to show the public our garden.
Well, what a beautiful space, and we know that this is a labor of love by many volunteers. First of all, tell us a little bit about the Hot Springs Community Garden Network.
The Hot Springs Community Garden Network was established in 2009 with the event of the Palm Beach Garden, which is over on off Convention Boulevard. And several master gardeners got together with local people to try to bring fresh produce to an area that was considered a food desert because there were no grocery stores in the area that sold produce.
So would you say, is that your mission?
Our mission is to provide fresh produce to people in food desert areas. It's also very multifaceted. We want to get people out here who have gardening experience. Everyone who comes to the garden comes with a history, a tradition of how to plant and how to harvest, and what we have here is an amalgam of all of that.
Well, and that's what makes it so interesting.
Very interesting, and sometimes a little explosive, but we like all of the variation that we can get.
And the results are amazing. We understand you're really producing a lot these days.
We have lots and lots of produce coming out of our garden, actually more than we can use ourselves. And so the board has decided that we can sell to the public as long as the proceeds go back into the garden. We're a nonprofit organization. We're actually a partnership with the City of Hot Springs, Haven United Methodist Church, the Math and Science School, Hot Springs School District. Lots and lots of organizations make up the garden network.
So how does the membership work?
The membership is $10 a year with an application. Your application needs to be approved by the board. And for another $10, you can rent a garden bed, which is either a 4x8 or a 4x4 bed. And that is your bed. Nobody can touch it. Nobody can water it. Nobody can harvest it. Nobody can weed it but you.
So although it looks like one big group tending to everything, that's not so. It's much more organized than that.
It's loosely organized. For instance, this area right here is 3 people. One person decided he wanted to plant watermelons. Another person wanted to do a squash tunnel, which is here. And then I'm growing these butternut squash under our feet. So every little space will soon be used up. And behind us, the ladies are growing produce that they sell at the little garden market on Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 7 o'clock.
Oh, and they're selling out, aren't they?
They are selling out.
So you need to arrive early.
It's a good idea to get here around 7 or 7:15 if you want to get your okra and your tomatoes.
And why is it important to have support for the city for this project?
Support from the city is essential, and we thank the city, especially Gene Wallace and Parks and Trails, that provide the water for us. They also bring us unlimited quantities of compost, and occasionally we get them to come and pick up a load of debris that will go to the landfill.
So it's a symbiotic relationship, and of course all of us contribute to the making of that compost. When we place our brush and leaves curbside, if we're city residents, that's picked up and it's turned into compost at the city's facilities.
Very much so, and we use lots and lots of compost here. The soil here was so poor when we first got here. It was basically just concrete, rubble, and sand. Mm-hmm. And we have amended the soil with the compost and other amendments until you get what you see here.
Now,
Everything seems to be thriving, but most of that is probably water, to tell the truth.
yes, lots of water as we're seeing
Lots
right
and lots
now.
of water.
What is the feedback? What are the comments that you get both from the members and from people that are observing what's going on here?
Um, this project actually started with our late city manager, who came to the Park Avenue Community Association meeting and said, if you want community development, just find an empty lot and make it pretty. So we found this lot and we started working on it. And pretty soon we noticed that houses in the neighborhood are getting re-roofed and painted and restored. And 3 young couples have come by. We have lots and lots of pedestrian and bicycle traffic in our neighborhood now. 3 young couples have come by and told us that they moved into the neighborhood and bought homes because of the community garden. You can't get better endorsements than that, as far as I'm concerned.
No, you can't. And thank you for telling that story. It sounds like David Watkins planted a seed, idea,
I believe he
and
did.
here are the results.
I believe he did. He had great ideas, and he did so much in his short tenure as city manager that we have named a park for him up the street.
And something so seemingly simple as a garden can make a tremendous neighborhood and community impact.
I think when passers-by see somebody out working in the garden and seem to enjoy it, it makes a huge difference. You know, if I was driving to work every day and I saw someone out here in the garden, I would say, well, I wish I was that guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and not having to go to work. But I'm retired now, so I can enjoy this as much as I want.
Well, we're glad to see it's such a success. Is there anything else you'd like to add as we close?
I would like to say that our goal as the network is to have a community garden in every neighborhood within walking distance. And there are city-owned lots all over the city that could have a garden, and we'll be glad to inspire and assist and consult in any way that we can to get that to happen.
How wonderful. Well, keep that in mind, folks, as you view this segment. This is possible. It can be repeated over and over again. It's
certainly
a
can.
successful
It certainly
recipe
can.
and just inspiring results. I'm ready to retire and work in the garden myself.
Our Facebook page
Yes.
is Hot Springs Community Garden Network. Our email address is hotspringscg@gmail.com, and you can reach us at 501-538-8283 on the telephone.
Thank you, Dave, for joining us today.
It's been a great pleasure.
It's absolutely been a pleasure. Next week we'll bring you more city news.